You can do this. Welcome to a 2v2 on Trois Pont. This game is RiffzBearrito and Augustus Marius as double Soviets in the southwest versus Medic number 2 and Crystal Ion as double Osthair. Guard rifle combined arms has already been chosen by Augustus Marius. RiffzBearrito has Soviet industry shock rifle and mechanized support, I think. And Medic number 2 has encirclement, assault support, lighting war. Crystal Ion has close air support, spearhead, and assault support. Yes, got everything right. Got everything right by portraits. I'm so good. Best caster confirmed. That's the only knowledge you need to cast this game. Memorize these portraits. So this could be weird. I feel like encirclement is not that great, but on this map, I think it has potential because you can cut off a huge chunk of territory by grabbing this point right here. So that could be interesting. I feel like this cutoff is a lot easier to harass than this cutoff, but I don't know why I feel like that. Just based on the experiences I've had on this map. For no real reason. First engagement happens in the cemetery like it usually does. Not that much being sent to the left side. It's actually going to take a little while to get that under control, and Pios might actually win the engagement against the combat engineers too, if that's all they send left. And going for the victory point first seems like kind of a strange decision. Conscripts are losing to Pios because they're suppressed. They have to retreat. They're screwed. Conscripts set up in green cover on the right flank. More conscripts set up, should probably set up in green cover somewhere in the cemetery.
This territory is ours. Get down, engineers! Enemy fire is coming!
Looks like Pios will win this. Oh, never mind. Second squad of combat engineers showed up. That should be, that's probably the exact right amount of firepower to dedicate to this side. He shouldn't have retreated his combat engineer so early though. It doesn't matter. They're gonna win this engagement easily. Pios need to retreat. Retreat. Crystal Ion, what are you doing? There they go. Molotov toss over here on the right side in the engagement for the cemetery. That Molotov research timing may be able to win him this engagement. Pretty good one on those grenadiers. They might get wiped. Nice positioning on that machine gun in the house, though, will suppress those conscripts as they try and pull off this flank over here. This machine gun will not retreat, but reposition to try to maintain control of the area. But a Maxim is here, another squad of conscripts is here. And the Allies just have too much. Grenadiers cannot win this. Although walking into his teammates' Molotovs didn't do him any favors right there. Loses 3 models from his conscript squad. Still, the Allies will be able to get the fuel and victory point, and a mortar is moving up to take control of the strategic point in the back, while his combat engineer slowly takes territory over here. If he had just not retreated his combat engineers, and just soft retreated and started capping territory instead, the Allies would be able to take all the territory on the left side twice as fast, so kind of a shame that he retreated from that Pio squad. Soft retreat would have been fine. Although, it will allow him to go tier 3, sort of soon, now they hold both fuel points. If he keeps that combat engineer squad in his base, rather than moving to engage with it again. Probably could have captured some sectors over here on the left side, then retreated and still been able to throw up his next tech structure if he chooses to tech up, which he may not since he just chose shock rifle. Tier 2 and shock rifle with 3 conscripts, 2 team weapons. Probably shock troops from this point forward. Green cover thrown up in the cemetery. Maxim protecting this avenue of approach. Nothing has taken the victory point yet though. The mortar makes a pretty good backcapping squad. If it doesn't have anything to shoot at, may as well throw it in the capture circle. Something to think about. I feel like, despite winning the the really important engagement in the beginning, the capping order of the Allies has been a little inefficient. I mean, come on. You won this area, now take the territory. Otherwise, what was the point? Molotov tossed right there. Another Molotov right there. Not sure they're out of the fire where they're standing. Not really, still hurting. There they go, forced to retreat. Conscripts getting suppressed over there. Molotov tossed right there. That's kind of a weird placement. I don't know why I would have put it right there. That's not even close. Well, it's kind of close. Ooh, rifle grenade almost wipes the squad. Retreating through a flamethrower and 3 Gren squads. This is dead. Those are so dead. There they go. Flamethrower has to retreat though. Over here. No engagements happening for the cemetery right now. I don't see anything making a play for it. That might be 2 wipes, in fact. Oh, man. Way too much stuff in the retreat path, and RiffzBearrito loses 2 full conscript squads during that. As Maxim and Mortar are repositioning to engage in the center, setting up and cover behind some stuff right here. I don't think that'll wipe anything, yeah. These 2 models had green cover, which is why they didn't die. The other 2 were just too far from the center of the grenade.
Shock troops have arrived.
Guards jumping into the building. Conscripts jumping into green cover, but this Gren blob is probably going to prove to be too much. That is a lot of grenadiers. 2 rifle grenades into the house, though. He managed to bait his opponent into throwing 60 munitions away by jumping in that building, so that engagement actually could have gone worse. Could have gone worse for Augustus Marius for sure. He had lost that engagement, but his opponent decided to throw 60 munitions down the drain for no reason. Wow, that was a terrible attempt, though. Yeah, against that machine gun. He just got laser beamed so fast. Packs up to reposition to safety. This one may turn to protect its flank. There he goes. Nice usage of the machine gun to support the other machine gun. Although he's simply going to retreat when that mortar starts falling on his head. So... oh no. I don't know what this mortar is doing. Those conscripts actually stop moving and will not be able to flank that MG. It will get suppressed. Grenadiers moving up convinced the conscript squad to retreat, but shock troops convinced the infantry to retreat. And it looks like a huge Gren blob moving up from the left side. Just wiped another squad. Augustus is sending his infantry to the right. Shock troops going in on these Grens. Wipe them.
We have casualties.
That Grenadier squad split too far away from the blob. That's what he gets for splitting his blob. Instant death. Looks like the Shocks will lose this, but reinforcements are on the way from that direction. Guards are long-range infantry, conscripts for short-range infantry, closing in those PPSHs. Guards do have DP machine guns. All the Grenadiers are in red cover right now. That was an early retreat. He could have wiped that, I think. At least he could have forced one retreat without retreating himself. There go. Those 2 squads on the Guards should win this engagement against standard Vet 1 Grenadiers. Meanwhile, on the left side, he is engaging as well. He's got combat engineers working on the fuel. There's Grenadiers in the building, MG42 in the house, and bunker. So he's going to need to flank that bunker with some guards, or maybe throw a demo charge on it if he can get in position. He doesn't have a whole lot of munitions to spare. His teammate does. He's not upgrading any of his infantry. PPSHs and DP machine guns make for a pretty munitions-hungry infantry force. RiffzBearrito, on the other hand, just doesn't even have any units at all. Having lost so much stuff, and then fielding shock troops, which are proving expensive for him to reinforce. He's lost 2 of his original 3 conscript squads and his mortar. Pretty rough opening for RiffzBearrito. Maxim moving up in this area. I don't think these 2 squads are going to be taking the cemetery anytime soon, though. MG42 defending, plus 3 infantry squads in cover. It's a little bit too much. He does recover his mortar, though, I think. I don't know where the mortar is. It looks like it's invisible. Yeah, that guy's carrying an invisible mortar. Maxim will retreat from the right side, and the left side, nothing's really happening. Augustus simply defending the fuel while he waits for his field gun to get to the front lines to destroy the bunker right there. Which he does not have vision of? Maybe he does. No, just attacking ground. It's going to take a little while to destroy that thing, but he should get it eventually. Conscripts moving to prevent counterattack. Oh no! Oh, that was a huge grenade! Pops a flamethrower! Oh, so close to wiping that squad! What does fram mean? He probably meant to say frag. These Molotovs are inflicting huge damage on everything. Grenadiers almost wiped, machine gun almost wiped. So many close calls in that engagement. Beautifully executed by the Allies, but they just didn't get lucky enough, really. 2 separate Grenadier squads came within like 1 HP from death. But everything ends up being fine. And medic number 2 will be able to hold on to the onto the cemetery for now. Allies tech decisions. We've got a Katyusha and a tier 2 structure, but no units produced from it yet. Oh, except for this Maxim. Oh, and field gun. Forgot about the field gun. Katyusha will force a retreat from the Gren blob over here. And the bunker's been destroyed as well. Combat engineers get away narrowly. Team weapons taking control of the territory over here while most infantry is making its way back to the base to reinforce and heal and make its way back over to the right side. The Axis have pretty much the entire map under their control right now. It's getting pretty difficult. Ostwind on the field. Big map control advantage from the Axis gives them an Ostwind quite quickly. An assault support has been chosen by Crystal Ion. You might consider an Opal Blitz. It's pretty easy to protect an Opal Blitz on this map. You could double stack the resource bonus on this sector. Maybe throw one on this sector. I mean, you could put it right here. It's pretty much impossible to lose an Opal Blitz that you have sitting right there. That's not where he's going to put it, though. Ostwind circles to the left to assist in engagements over here. Rifle grenade will force one retreat. Grenadier squad comes close to getting wiped, but those conscripts can't stick around. Ostwind reloads and starts firing at that, but does not move to chase. He wants to round up these team weapons instead. May be able to kill this field gun. It's completely isolated on the left side. His infantry move to support, and he closes in on it now. He could probably take it out. Katyusha fires on the Grenadier blob, but it's way off target. And the Opal Blitz sets up in this sector? Like, why? That's kind of dangerous. I don't think the type of sector matters. If I'm being honest, I have no idea how this thing actually works. I don't understand how the resource bonus works. I don't know what it gives you or at what rate. Which is like a massive oversight. Like, come on, tooltip. Why wouldn't you just say what it does? The tooltip doesn't say anything at all about what the truck actually gives you. So there's no UI for that unit whatsoever. They really need to improve that. It's pretty bad. Rifle grenade across the river does minor damage to that mortar, but nothing serious. Oh, really? I didn't know that. How could I possibly know that that's how that works? That's pretty important knowledge. And there's no in-game indication that that's how it works at all. Wow. Ostwind goes down. Double field gun screen right here. Ostwind is destroyed. PPSH is moving into close range, forced to retreat from those grenadiers right there. Fresh shock troops have been fielded to replace the lost squad. Bunker has been reconstructed over here and will shut down these infantry as they try to advance, but the T-34 is about to receive repairs and 2 field guns are available to support, so that bunker is not going to last long. But the Allies are struggling just to hold on to the left side island. They haven't even begun to think about punching through the defenses over here. Not even close.
Ready for action. New units are ready to deploy.
Thank you for your donation, 1980. I guess I'll unban you. Pay to chat. That's how Romeo Stream works. You pay for the privilege of accessing the chat room.
The Russians are coming!
Panzer Grenadiers. Oh. Anti-tank gun snipes conscript squad. Panzer Grenadiers bringing them low as well.
We've learned something useful today!
Oh no! Shock troops force a huge retreat from that blob of infantry. They finally get brought down by the infantry inside the building and might get wiped again. Barely get away. Barely. Aww. Grenadiers just get wiped by those two T-34s. So we've got tier 3 from one of the Soviets, tier 4 from the other. The Katyusha hasn't done that much yet. It's only got 4 kills, but there's a lot of potential for it to wreak havoc on the strong Axis defensive positions here. The defenses are pretty spread out all along the west bank of this island, so nothing too concentrated for that Katyusha to take out right now. If it can get an opportunity against a really clustered blob, that would be good, but a lot of these Grenadier squads have been wiped by shock troops closing into short range, or PPSHs or whatever, so. A lot of losses from Crystal Ion and a ton of losses from RiffzBearrito. Medic, on the other hand, still has almost all of his forces, and Augustus similarly has pretty much all of his forces, so. 2 of these players taking heavy losses, the other 2 doing pretty much fine. Pretty even, but the Soviets really need to get some map control back.
Incoming fire! Look out! Grenade! Taking losses!
Mortar firing at these guards as they try to get the point captured. Anti-tank gun might destroy their cover. which would leave them quite vulnerable to that mortar. They're already probably about one really lucky mortar hit from being destroyed now. There's a rifle grenade. Oh, nice rifle grenade. Rifle grenade wipes the squad. T-34 firing across the river. Doing minor damage to that Grin squad, but nothing too serious. The Katyusha got off a pretty good spread, clearing out that AT gun. And there's now a Tiger on the field. Tiger, because they've, again, had really good map control. Really, really good map control.
Enemy tanks incoming!
So, the fuel difference here indicates the Opal Blitz income. Does that mean that one Opal Blitz gives 7 bonus fuel? That doubles the effect of this fuel point? That's crazy. That's so strong for 200 manpower. Wow, I can't even believe that. That seems really good. With that being said, this is probably kind of hard to defend under normal circumstances. Still, 7 fuel per minute for 200 manpower? That seems really, really, really good. I'm surprised I don't see that more often from like other people. It's that the commander has a Tiger. Seems like it would be pretty viable. That is crazy bonus fuel. So the reason it gives so much extra fuel is because it's on a fuel point. Man, I feel like the Opal Blitz is a really interesting and complex unit, and I don't know anything about it. Very, very, very interesting. I am very intrigued. IS-2 falling really low on this bridge. Well, bridge is about half health. It's probably fine. I don't think the Tiger can stick around any longer than that IS-2 can. They're both going to pull back with pretty heavy damage for some repairs. Oh no, that flank! Tiger has to turn around so quick. Oh no, all those infantry just retreated. Why would those T-34s retreat? I mean, okay, I guess there's an AT gun right there, but I feel like that was a dead Tiger if they all in. Probably would have lost one T-34 by the time that Tiger went down. He actually has another opening right now to go in and seal the deal, but he doesn't have vision, so he doesn't know about the movement that Tiger's currently making. But yeah, I feel like Augustus could have gotten a Tiger kill right there. The Allies will resecure the victory point. T-34 moving to engage here in the center. Anti-tank guns available to screen that T-34 away. Oh, and it goes down. Little overextended right there. Relief infantry is active. So far it's given him 1 Ostrupen squad. 2 Ostrupen squads. Not sure if he's lost any full squads. His army still looks pretty good, so I'd say he probably got pretty good value out of that. And that'll be an important couple squads to have with all of these team weapons lying around waiting to be recrewed. And today I learned that relief infantry does not actually do anything to team weapons, so it's kind of weird that the ++ icon floats over the team weapons heads when they can't be replaced. That's another UI thing. I'm not sure I like very much.
We are losing a sector.
Tiger on the field, making its way to the front lines. And that squad will retreat. Tiger moving up to continue engaging, bringing that T-34 low. Panzerfaust will damage the engine. Field gun needs to set back up, but it's in a lot of danger from rifle grenades. Rifle grenade will probably clear that thing if it doesn't keep on the move, which means his T-34 is going to die, and that's both T-34s destroyed. Meanwhile, the IS-2 is trying to get back across this bridge. Anti-tank gun, getting some repairs. A third T-34 available over here. And a Panzerwerfer is on the field from medic number 2, who's gone tier 4 straight to a Panzerwerfer, his first tier 4 unit. I guess that kind of makes sense. They're not struggling against the Panzerwerfer, or against the IS-2 that badly. So a little bit of more indirect fire to throw across the river. I could see that. But, the Tiger died. The Tiger died up here. Whoa. I think that T-34 rammed it and it was destroyed. I can't believe I missed that. I can't believe I missed a ram killing a Tiger. I was like, what happened? Dead Tiger. Dead Tiger to a ram. I'm amused by that.
OKW has released a Tiger for our use.
Ooh, mortars getting a pretty decent amount of damage. Katyusha getting a pretty decent amount of damage. With the Panzerwerfer on the field, he should be able to retaliate a little with indirect fire of his own. IS-2 moves to engage the Tiger over here on the left side. Ooh, full squad of Grenadiers just evaporated into that IS-2 shot. Try and spread out if you can. Grenadiers falling really low. Panzerfaust bounces. Not good. Crystallion loses 2 full Grenadier squads. IS-2's barely taking a scratch. He's reduced to nothing but his Opal Blitz, 2 piles, and his Tiger right here. With his fuel bonus, he certainly has a lot. I mean, Medic has a lot too, and just hasn't made a Tiger. It's kind of weird that he went Lightning War and Tier 4, actually. It's kind of a strange build. Panther in production. Panther should be more PopCap efficient over time. It's going to take a while to get more Panthers out at his current manpower rate. They still have a pretty solid hold on the map, but the Allies hold the center VP. The Axis don't have that much further to go to win the game, considering their great start. The Allies will have to work very hard to win this game by comparison. And they're well on their way to a comeback, considering the huge losses they've inflicted here. RiffzBearrito's army is looking a lot healthier than Crystallion's army is.
It's done.
Shocks recover an MG-42 from the river, but they're taking huge damage. Axis just can't seem to get a hold on the center VP. A third Tiger's on the field now to engage that IS-2 over there while this one pulls back for some repairs. That one does not get rammed to death, and this Panther is on the field now as well. Panther moving left with Tiger support, may be able to make something happen against that wounded IS-2. Panther also could consider going way south, flanking across the South River and killing the Katyusha with Minesweeper support. Katyusha clears out some team weapons. I'm surprised Ostrupa haven't been crewing any team weapons. There's so many team weapons to recover here. I guess he's just, I don't know, saving his manpower for tanks. Seems like that's the main reason you would get Ostrupa. We're not really good for much of anything else. Tigers have been repaired slightly. This one's been repaired. This one's just hovering right here for now. I don't think this Panzerwerfer has fired a single time. It hasn't done any damage, no kills. I don't think it's ever fired. I don't know what he's waiting for. 2 Tigers moving up the right side against 2 IS-2s. Here comes a big flank. That Tiger's probably going to go down. Nice Panther, though. Panther flank moving in from the right side. Needs a couple more shots on that IS-2, and there it goes. IS-2 destroyed. Meanwhile, the Vet 2 IS-2 gets stunned, and that Tiger might get to safety. Looks like he will. Panther moving up on this front. Probably be able to destroy that T-34. Or not. There it goes. Shot misses, though. Panzerwerfer finally fires something. Ooh, way in the back. Panzerwerfer just killed a T-34. I don't think I've ever seen that happen. Good job, Panzerwerfer. Mortar doing light damage to that machine gun. The IS-2's, I don't know what it's doing. 2 pile squads left. Building himself a tier 2 structure. Backtaking to tier 2 for anti-tank guns. Needs some help against those IS-2s, I guess. And his Pios are going to start the slow process of repairing these Tigers. They're going to be taking up a lot of his pop cap while they're just off the field not doing anything. But the clock is ticking against the Allies again, and they will fall down to 100 points now. Opal Blitz dies on the munitions point. IS-2 wreaking havoc on this defensive line. There is a Panther receiving repairs over here. Panther plus AT gun should be able to win against that, but it is also Vet 2. Panzer Grenadiers making their way through the south. 2 Teller mines right there. That's interesting. They were going to try for the strategic point, but since it's got a cache on it, pulls back, reinforce out of the half track. Allies have retaken control of this VP, frozen the clock at 100 victory points. Panzerwerfer doesn't do all that much. Artillery field officer wiped. This Tiger's repaired. This one receiving repairs. It should probably rotate that full health Tiger in and try and help. AT gun up on the balcony, getting good shots off on the IS-2 though. Target weak point penetrates. It always penetrates. It hits. That's what I meant to say, I guess. Katyusha concentrated barrage will destroy the gun entirely though. And he's going to wait for both Tigers to be fully repaired before moving to engage. Might make things difficult. It's going to be a while before there's a third IS-2 though. So he may have a window in which he can engage on the left side without having to fight 2 IS-2s at the same time. He'll be pretty strong against what is currently over here with 2 Tigers, but The field guns need to be cleared in order for him to win and completely push the Soviets out of this area. And he'd probably need support from some of his teammates, artillery or infantry. Tigers en route. Shock troops retreating. Tigers look like they want to go straight into the base with Panther support, I guess. Feels like it might be a bit of an overextension, but they might be able to pick up some priority targets. Like an ML-20 and a Katyusha. Wouldn't really call a base defense a priority target though. Kind of playing their hand by revealing that Panther. The Katyusha is pulling way back to safety in the Su-85. And IS-2 are on their way to respond. The field guns, however, are not. But they need to decide what they want to do here. I find it unlikely that they'll actually achieve an annihilation victory doing this. Although blowing up the Tier 4 structure will prevent further Katyushas and Su-85, so that could be worthwhile.
We must protect our HQ.
There's 2 Tier 4 structures actually that they could destroy. This Tiger's not even engaging. Ooh, ML-20 is bombarding those tanks. The Panther falls really low and his teammate blocks him. Oh no! That block by the Tiger! That was terrible. That was so terrible. I don't even know what the Axis were intending to accomplish here other than the destruction of a base bunker and a Tier 3 building, I guess. But it costs them a Panther. Maybe they're trying to bait those tanks over these teller mines? Doesn't look like they're going to be successful in doing so, though. There's the third IS-2. Wow, what was that? Was that 2 bundled grenades? I think he threw 2 bundled grenades. Panzerwerfer clears the field gun. Oh no, it was a concentrated barrage, sorry. That was Axis troops that died right there. Concentrated barrage from the Katyusha. Wipes those bios. Incendiary artillery will deny the center victory point for a while, and the Allies continue to sit at 100 VPs, while Allied tanks make their way back to the area to support in these engagements. Sturmovik does some damage to some stuff. Tigers need minor repairs, but they're still in pretty good condition to engage against these IS-2s. Tiger takes a huge burst. Katyusha is bombarding and ML-20 bombarding the AT gun. That cannot support in this engagement. The Tiger's falling quite low and has to pull back to safety. Fragmentation bombs? Yeah, fragmentation bombs dropped on the IS-2 will stun it and prevent it from chasing the heavily damaged Tigers. Rotating this one into the front, this one receiving repairs in the back. Panzerschreck squad moving up to try and get some shots off. Minor damage. Trying to get the point capped. That Tiger needs to move up to support. They're 1 hit from getting wiped. 1 lucky hit from getting wiped. No lucky hits so far. That was a pretty big one. There they go. Panzerwerfer firing. Minor damage, nothing too serious. The AT gun is cleared. There's one over here to support. This Tiger is getting some pretty good repairs. Button on this Tiger. Slowing its rate of fire. Nice mortar hit though, wipes those guards. Su-85s need to try and find a line on those Tigers if they can, but there's not a whole lot of room to work with here on this choke point. These 2 buildings make it extremely difficult to position an Su-85 where it can fire across the river. Very much helps Tigers in this matchup. Makes them quite strong. Alright, so we're actually going to see what the Opal does to a munitions point too. He still has a 7 fuel bonus from this one, so it didn't give him any fuel. And putting it on the munitions gives him 11 munitions. Are you sure it has anything to do with how far away the sector is? Because he seems to just get double the resource point. It just doubles the effect of that resource point. That's what it seems like anyway. I guess they're both equally far away from the base though, pretty much, so. Fourth Tiger on the field now. Look at Cruise's post. Oh, okay. So yes, it just doubles. Yeah, it just doubles any resource point. It has nothing to do with how far away it is. Good to know. Well, there goes that Tiger. This one's not doing a whole lot better. ML-20 plus Katyusha Concentrated Barrage wipes a bunch of piles, destroys that tank. Double Teller Mine trap down here gets hit by a T-34 and its engine is destroyed. Something needs to move and just follow up and finish that thing off. 630 fuel in the bank for Medic, who's bleeding too much manpower to support that fuel income. Really needs to get some Panther spam going. Otherwise, I'm not sure how they're going to kill these. AT gun's going to finish the job.
We keep going on T-34s, but they keep making more. Pack loaded for panther hunting.
Wow, that was a really good Katyusha barrage. Wipes that squad. Grenadiers around the corner just in time, trying to make their way back to the half track, which is way down here currently. Axis just can't get control of this one victory point. I might consider smoking the point and just trying to capture it under cover of smoke. The Allies don't actually have that much defending the VP right now. But the Axis don't really have that much infantry left. Panzer Worker just fired completely blind.
We have lost a Granatwerfer squad.
Mortar gets wiped by Katyusha barrage, I think. Axis have not managed to make any deep plays towards the Katyusha right there. A Panther flanking behind enemy lines could probably try and take that thing out. Would definitely go a long way. The Axis have also given up completely on attacking from this angle and keep funneling troops into this death corridor here in the center, which is not exactly working very well.
Shock troops can now be used to crush the enemy.
Tiger taking heavy damage, needs to pull back to safety. This Vet 3 IS-2, also a problem that the Axis don't have much of a solution to. This double Panzer Worker decision doesn't seem like it's really paying off. 13 kills on that one and 0 on that one. Pretty meh performance.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
There goes that full squad.
Every squad has been killed. Frontier building has been lost.
IS-2 wiping stuff left and right. There's no anti-tank over here on the right side. Axis completely unprepared for this. Just one IS-2 killing everything. The Tigers are barely even moving to support right now.
Taking our territory.
By barely, I mean they are literally not moving at all. The Opal Blitz is destroyed and the cemetery will fall into Allied hands. Medic has to make a full retreat. This Panzer Werfer doesn't really do anything all that impressive.
The enemy is attacking one
Second IS-2 has its engine damaged over here though by something. T-34 moving up on the flank of that Tiger. Shot's not really connecting though. I think that IS-2 is going to go down. Destroyed at point-blank range by that Tiger. 2 Su-85s moving across the bridge. Trying to support on the rear of this Tiger and is falling to about half health. This one needs to turn itself around if possible. The IS-2 leaves the cemetery and fires from its position up here on the hill. A third Tiger moves to support, however. And the T-34 there is destroyed. Incendiary artillery just got dropped on that Tiger for some reason. I don't know what that's going to do. There's about 3 IS-2s dealing huge damage to these 3 Tigers. They need to pull back to safety. IS-2 has fallen pretty low as well. But unfortunately, since Medic is not here and has nothing with which to support either, except for this Tiger actually. Oh, he fielded a Tiger. No more Panthers, just a Tiger. Might be able to do something with 4 Tigers. 4 Tigers is a lot of Tigers.
We have a forward structure under attack. Under attack. We have 200 points remaining. Enemy forces are securing our territory. The enemy has destroyed one of our forward installations. Standing by!
Tiger forces a retreat over here from these shocks. Allies slowly taking back control of the entire map, about to get the cemetery connected again. They're about to have the Axis triple capped, and somehow the Axis go from having a 300-point lead to being even very soon. And they're just getting out repaired, really. They need way more repairs. These Tigers are going to take the whole rest of the game to get repaired. And at this rate. That wasn't a very good Panzerwerfer barrage either. Just shot the trees. I've done that before. Not with the Panzerwerfer, but with pretty much any form of artillery can do that. Shock troops, throw a grenade, doesn't work, they'll be forced to retreat right there. And they get wiped by the Tiger. IS-2 with Vet 3 moves up to engage against the lone Tiger with some minor infantry support. Almost wipes the Panzer Grenadiers. Grenadiers making their way to engage. Grenadiers pull back a little bit to the victory point. IS-2 moving up, wipes the Panzer Grens again. The Axis really need to swarm this thing with all their Tigers if they can. T-34 rammed another Tiger there in the middle, successfully damaging its engine, but losing his T-34, which is pretty much what's gonna happen. Okay. I'm gonna have to report you guys to napalm. I don't think napalm would approve of these BM. All this BM.
It's done.
Concentrated barrage kills that Panzerwerfer.
Enemy has dealt us a blow.
And the ML-20 blows up the wreck. 2 IS-2s on the right side is way too much for that lone Tiger. Again, it's taking forever to get all of these Tigers repaired. He's got 600 manpower. He could make a bunch more Pyro squads if he wanted. I don't know why he hasn't. The only reason that they're pushed completely off the map is because they're spending the entire game repairing.
We must stiffen our result, we are down to 75 points.
Well, here we go. Tigers have finally been repaired. 2 from Medic and 1 from Crystal Ion, making a play for the right side. I don't have the resources for stupid close air support to support this engagement. Frontal assault coming in. Fragmentation bombs also coming in. There goes the, oh no. Oh yes. Okay. Fragmentation bombs and a strafing run. Stunning that IS-2, he should probably at least consider getting behind it. These two Tigers taking out the IS-2s over here. And that one's going to be destroyed first. This one should go down. Trying to use Blitz to keep pace. And there it goes, IS-2 destroyed. So Tigers have successfully killed both IS-2s over here on the right side, and they're trying to slow the clock, grabbing the... No! Katyusha Barrage! No, that Katyusha Barrage actually probably just won the game. 9 points remaining, and they couldn't slow the clock in the center. They won't be able to stop the clock anywhere. Their one squad over here on the left side got wiped. Man, it is such a shame to lose a game just because you didn't spend your 1,000 manpower on infantry to take some territory back. GG. Allies win. I think the Axis could have won this if they just built more Pyos and repaired faster. Tiger spam still seems quite strong.